So everybody, welcome to the season opener for Tier 2 here in SRL. We are at Bahrain, and as the game is loading, let me run you through the lineup for this season. So, in the Mercedes, we have Hammers UK, and it's Billy, so that's a strong lineup. In the Red Bull, we have Razi and F. Hooders. In the Ferrari, we have Rijat and Price Phantom, Phantom is not attending today. In the McLaren we have T-Dog and Lunatic Kai. I think Lunatic is also not here today. Then we have in the Aston Martins we have Neuro Pirate and Sharif. Then in the Alpha Tauri we have Irma and HTTP Pyro, which is gonna be Pyro for me from now on. In the Alpine it's gonna be TJ Stewart and Rocky. In the Alfa Romeo we have Rishi, the champion of Tier 3 from last season, and Farico, the champion of Tier 2 from last season. So there's a lot of gold in the Alpha this year. Let's see how they can do this year on the new game, of course. In the Haas we have Sportmet and Stubbly. And in the Williams we have KD Dog and Easy Level Bot. We are with 19 on the grid today. Not all full-timers are attending, so we'll see who is not there when we get to it. So let's put on everything we need. So I think, let's see who's the first one gonna set a lap. I think it's gonna be KD Dog 3. So let's jump on board with him. So it's gonna be a very competitive grid, I think, because there are a lot of very quick drivers on this grid. People to look out for are definitely Razi, Hooders, the Red Bulls, looking very strong. I think the Mercedes as well, from Billy and Hammers, are both very good this season. Very strong lineup there as well. Of course, the Alphas known for winning, so there's obviously a team to look out for. You have Irma in the Alpha Tauri, someone who you can never count out. Didn't have best of luck last season, but does have some pace on a good day, so let's see what they can do. A lot more probably that I forget, so they can prove me wrong in this race. As we see the first people on a lap, so let's jump on KD Dog, who is going to be the first one to set a time. So 28-8 split in sector 1. He approaches second sector and he runs wide. He was purple, but he runs wide. So let's see. It was an Alpine right behind him, so that is not Popsada. So I think it is gonna be Stewart. So let's see what Stewart can do. He will be the first one to put in a time. What will be the banker for the rest of the grid? He is setting a 1:29.6. So that is the first time. We have a McLaren coming now. That is Junus, that's a 1:29.8. Then we have the Mercedes of Billy, who goes quickest with a 129.1, so a big improvement already. And Hammers goes P2, so the Mercedes looking very strong at the start of this session. Irma goes P4, 5/10 of the lead. Now Bob Sada comes to the line, goes P3 as well, so times are coming in now. As Pyro goes P2, less than a tenth under the time of Billy, splits the Mercedes in P2, so a very good lap from him. Rishi goes P8 on what looks like a banker lap. Hooders jumps to P3 now, good lap from him. And then we have Farico coming to the line. No, he just started his lap. So J-Dog is on a lap maybe, doesn't look like it, so let's go on board with Farico then, who gets a nice slipstream from his teammates, so good teamwork there. Let's see what Farico can do. Defending champion wants to get off to a good start here in the new season, but can he do that? With a yellow in sector 3, that is just a car moving out of the way. As Farico opens up the DRS, did get a pretty decent exit there. Let's see what he can do. Another yellow in sector 2, but it's nothing serious. Farico now comes to the sector split. He is purple, 1-7 flat is what he is on. So can he go for a quick lap? Razi right behind, also on a lap. So let's see what Farico can do. He goes for a 128.9, goes full precision. Razi then 128.8 as well, so he takes professional pole. So two very quick laps, sets the rest of the grid on 2/10, and they for now are in a league of their own. Rijat is the next one to cross the line. Let's see what he can do. Opens up the DRS, up to the line. It's a slow lap, I just noticed, so he will be going again. And that is it for the first runs, I think. So Gatsby now almost starting his lap. And Easy Level Bot is starting his lap, so let's hop on board with him. Let's see what he can do. The rest, everybody is in the pits or on out lap, so one, he goes a little bit wide there in turn 1, so not a great start to the lap for Easy Level Bot here. Yellow flags as well. Going out of the way. So, and he loses it. Easy Level Bot on the exit curb there. Very tricky curb, very slippery, and he comes off worse. So Gatsby is purple in sector 1, so let's see what he can do. The top 10 within 1 second, so it is a pretty competitive grid here. So that's always great to see. Can Gatsby get himself into the top positions here on his first lap? A little bit wide there, but he gives up the speed into the long right hander. Has to lift a little bit. Is purple again? I don't know if it's true, but the game says it is, so now comes in to the final corner. Gatsby, a little bit, almost lost the car there, and then goes for a 130.1, so that is not good enough to challenge the top 10. He stays P11. Let's see if anyone else is on a lap. K-Dog is trying again. purple sector 1. I think Sharif just set up the 13th time in the lobby, so as we approach yellow flags, shouldn't be a problem here for Katie Dog. So let's see what he can do. He goes through the final corner, gets a decent exit, goes towards the line. What will it be? He gets a 130 flat, so only P11 for Katie Dog. Let's see some of the top runners then. Are they on laps? Pyro going through the sector 1 split almost. So let's see if he's on a competitive lap. He is 1.5 tenths up, so he is on a competitive lap. So let's stay on board with him. See what he can do. No, indeed, Gord, it's a pretty decent lap for him on his debut. That is pretty good. Midfield, so, and he will surely improve on the next ones. So it's looking good for him. But meanwhile, we have Pyro here, who is on a pretty decent lap. And what will the sector 2 split show us? We cannot see it because I got a pop-up, but it's almost 4 tenths. So he is on for a professional pole. He just needs to keep it together tonight. So let's see. Into the final corner. Can he get a good exit? He gets a decent exit. Up to the line. DRS wide open. He goes for a 128.7. That is professional pole by 1/10. Exactly over Razi. So very good to see. Billy now comes to the final corner. Also almost 4 tenths up on the last sector split. What will Billy do? He goes provisional pole by 1/2 tenth to 128.6. So times are tumbling right now. What can Hooters do? He's over 5 tenths up. But he needs 6 tenths for provisional pole. So can he get another tenth here in the final corner? He takes it very easy on the gears. Doesn't risk any wheel spin. Opens up the DRS and goes for a 128.6. Shy of pole position. Look at those times. Very close at the top right now. As Hammers is 2 seconds down, so he is not improving. Let's see if we can find someone who is. No. Sharif is 2 tenths up, coming into the final corner. But he decides to go into the pit lane, so no improvement from him either. Acid is also down on his time. I think Bob is not gonna make it either, so Razi is on a lap. I think he is. Is this car gonna go out of the way though? Don't know what is happening exactly. It looked like he was up on his time, so don't know if he was pushing. He's still up, so I don't know why this car is not moving out of the way. That is the Williams. Don't know if it was level bot. It was, so he will get penalized for that, I assume. And Razi decides to back out. Or is his fuel empty? I don't know. But it was very distracting for him, so I think he will not be happy at all with the Williams. So as everybody is in the pit, Jonas just started his lap, so let's see what he can do. He's 8 tenths off provisional pole, so he needs a big improvement if he wants to get pole position. Takes it very cautiously through turn 1. I think he is on a cooldown lap, so who will be the first one the start. I think it will be Stewart. So let's see what he can do. 1 second off. Stewart does have some pace, so let's see if he can show his pace right now. Takes the first couple of corners pretty tightly. Opens up the DRS. Has a nice clean piece of road in front of him, so he will not get distracted. What will his sector split be? He will be almost 3/10 up, and it is purple. I don't know if it's true, but it looks purple, but he loses it. Oh, Stewart. It does a nice 360 there. Looked beautiful, but it will not help him with his time at all. Let's see who else is the closest to starting a lap then. I think it's gonna be Irma, who is gonna be the next one to start his lap, as we have 3 minutes left on the clock, so enough time for the drivers, but the time not that much time, so probably the last time they go out as Irma starts his lap. Irma almost 2/10 up in sector 1. So what can Irma do? Can he build on this? He is 7.5 tenths down on provisional pole. Gains 2 tenths in the first sector. So if he keeps it up, he will be close to the top. What can Irma do? What will the sector 2 time be? He is almost 5 tenths up. Purple in sector 2, so Irma's on a good lap. Can he put it together in the final corner and get himself into the top 5 and even maybe onto the front row? Let's see. As he exits the final corner, opens up the DRS, up to the line. It's gonna be a 1:28.8. It's P4, and the AlphaTauris lock out the second row on the grid. So looking good for the AlphaTauris as of now. Of course, a lot of people still on laps, including Hammers, who is 1.5 tenths up. So he will be looking for the second row if he continues like this. As the top 3 is still on outlap, so they leave it very late. No room for error for them. But Hammers goes to the line, 1:28.7, moves himself up to P3, just over a tenth behind provisional pole. So a good lap. Mercedes looking very strong here today. Let's see who we can pick up then. I'm gonna jump on board with Rico, but he's 2 tenths down, so not the best from him. Maybe Bob Sada is on a better lap. Let's see. He has to lift there massively, and he's not on a good lap at all. So his qualifying is over. As Jonas is the last one to cross the line, so everyone is on laps now. I think it's easy level bot is the first one to cross the line. He doesn't have a time, so this will be his only time. He goes P15 with a 1:29.8. Then we have Rishi coming to the line, 1.2 seconds up, so he is in for a very good improvement. Can he keep it together? DRS open, up to the line, and it's a 1:28.9. Gets a P8 right behind his teammate. His teammate who now crosses the line but decides to box, so did not improve on that lap. The Haases are coming both through. With Acid Masters in front, and Caspi doesn't continue, so what can Acid do? He goes P9 with a 1:29.1. Who is next? It is a Mercedes. It's Billy, I think. No, it's Billy is coming. But Hooters is gonna be first. Can Hooters take back pole position here? on his last lap. He goes for a 1:28.4. He does. Billy doesn't get it. So it looks like provisional pole position for Hooters. Can Pyro do anything about it? No, he cannot. Can Razi? No, Razi cannot either because he is down massively. Tunis up to the line. Goes P7 with a 1:28.9. T-Dog then is on a very slow lap, so he is not doing it. K-Dog is not doing it either, so that is qualifying over. Except Rejat? No. So Hooters takes pole position here in the season opener with a 1:28.4. Strong lap from Hooters. Shows his pace and gets P1. Then we have the Mercs in 2-3, so a very strong day for the Mercs. P4 and P5 are for the Alpha Tauris, so very strong day as well for the Alpha Tauris. And P6 is Red Bull, so early days it shows 3 teams here are fighting for maybe the constructors, because the top 6 is all 3 teams, so good to see. We have done a McLaren, we have the both Alphas, and we have to wait for the rest. So, one more time then. Hooters takes pole by 2/10. Billy and Hammers on P2 and P3. P4, P5 are for the Alpha Tauris, Pyro and Irma. Razi takes P6. Tunis takes P7. For Rico Toxic, P8. P9 comes Rishi, his teammate. So the Alphas take P8 and P9. As it rounds out the top 10, then we have Bob Sada, T-Dog, TJ Stewart, Gatsby, KD Dog and Easy Level Bot. Neuro Pirate P17, Sharif P18 and Rejat closes the grid, who did not set a lap. So very disappointing qualifying for Rejat. But the race of course is where the points are gained, so still a lot to fight for. We do not have a formation lap, so we will jump right into the action. Hopefully the drivers will be careful on those cold tires, because turn 1 is very tight, and with cold tires it could be dangerous, but I think they can do it. So let's hope they prove me right. I would like to hear you guys' predictions. What do you guys think after the qualifying? Who will take the podium spots here? I think we are in for a very exciting race. We are already gone. It got me out as well. And oh, we have a big crash at the back. Oh, for Rico is already out. Guys, they are not careful at all on the full tires. What a shame. What a damn shame. A lot of cars wide. Billy took pole position. Hooters gets 5 seconds. We have a virtual safety car already. Well, I was proven wrong, wasn't I? They were not careful. And we have 1 DNF already, and it's the reigning champion. So not great to see. Let's run as we have a virtual. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Billy takes P1, so good start from him. Hooters takes P2. He got the 5 seconds. I don't know what happened and if it's deserved, but it's a shame if it isn't, because he is gonna have to serve it in the pit stops sometime. We are already racing again, so this was a very short virtual safety car. And there are pretty much big gaps, as we have Acid and Stewart swapping positions. Stewart, who has a brilliant start, he's up 7 positions. People are going wide. It's a bit of a hectic start. Hammer's already 2 seconds behind the top 3. And we have a yellow now, and it's gonna be Sharif. It's gonna be Sharif who spun. So, not a great race from him. And now T-Dog has spun. So hectic, very hectic here. Uh, let's jump back to the top though. Billy leads the way in lap 1. Razi very close to Hammers. Is he going for a move? Let's jump on board with Stewart, who has the best seat in the house. Hammers lets him go. So Hammers doesn't want to fight early. So smart racing from Hammers there. But he does get pressure from Stewart now, because Stewart wants to make a move maybe. He looks to the inside. Is he gonna die for it? He is. I see that Hammers is on the hards. Let's see, have a look at the tire situations. Hammers is the only one in the top 5 who chooses the hards. Bobsada on the softs. For the rest, everybody on medium expect Acid Masters, Rejat and Irma. But Irma unfortunately had damage, so he had the pit. Let's jump back on board with the leaders, as Billy still has an 8-10 gap over Hooters. So looking good for him at the moment. Already a second to Pyro, who already got dropped out of the DRS. It's close between P8 here and P10. Look at this train. They are all very close to each other. Bit of a wobble there for Junis, but keeps it pointing in the right direction. Very close racing. Rishi has a little look at the inside. Doesn't go for the gap though. Hooters takes the fastest lap, so he's putting some pressures there on Billy. And Rishi is very close. Will he go for the move already? Junis is burning ERS, as he wants to make a move on Acid and those hards. Can he make the move? He is up the inside. And Acid has to concede. Rishi gets a moment on the exit though, as he tried to go on with them, but now he has to go get back close to the battle. Bobsada still very close to his teammate. Of course, Bobsada is a reserve, so they are not really teammates, but today they are. Interesting to see if Stewart is willing to let him go on the softs, but for now it looks like he doesn't. So Junis there gets a little bit out of shape, but it's very close here between these drivers. Hooters hanging on to DRS. Billy showing great pace. Bobsada now passes Stewart, so maybe some team orders. And Bobsada can now chase after Hammers. Hooters will stay in the DRS. It looks like he is close enough, so those two, looks like those two will having a battle together. So let's look for some battle. Billy takes the fastest lap, so strong pace from Billy. Stewart in the DRS of his teammate. Bobsada of course in the DRS of Hammers. But Junis is burning her ARS again. He wants to go for another move. He has a little look there. Doesn't make anything of it, and Stewart doesn't get nervous, so he just takes the line. Keeps in front. Gatsby now and Rishi side by side. It looks like Gatsby got that move done. So a good move from Gatsby there. Hammers and Bobsada now together. Lots of pedaling here. Let's jump on board with Stewart, who has a nice view of it. But Bobsada cannot make it happen on those softs, so he stays behind for now. We have T-Dog spinning, unfortunately. So not the best start from him. Ooh, watch out for that outside curb, guys. Very close here behind Hammers. And Bobsada now goes for the move up the inside. Hammers tries to hang it around the outside, and I tell you what, he does. Very, very good from Hammers there on those hards. Irma having an awful time in turn 2 there. Spinning again, 37 seconds off P18, so awful race from him today. But Bobsada, I think now is the time to make a move. As Gatsby and Rishi are battling again, or Rishi lets him go for the DRS. I don't know if there are games played, but Bobsada is now going for the move. Hammer's UK has nothing to fight with. Will Stewart then make the move as well? No, Bobsada already out of ERS, so he has been pushing very hard. But now Stewart does get the move, so... Well, great work there from the Alpines, I must say. Both getting past Hammers, who is dropping down the pack on those hards. We have another yellow, and it's... who is it? Katie Dog it is. He is in the gravel trap. Can he get out? Oh, he doesn't get out. He is stuck. And what will he do now? Interesting to see what he will do, because he is beached. So, let's see. Looks like he's gonna get... he resets the track. Okay. I don't know exactly what the rules are on that yet, so we'll see what the people in the Discord say about it, but in my opinion, he was beached, so it was just entering race of him. But let's jump back to the battle for P6. Not the battle for P5, I should say, because Stewart is putting a lot of pressure on his teammate again. He let him through earlier, but now it looks like he wants to go back past. Bobsada defends the inside quite aggressively, but I don't think he has anything to fight with. Unless he has crazy top speed, but it doesn't look like he has. I think Bobsada lifted there too. Oh, Bobsada makes contact. Overshoots his breaking point a bit. Doesn't look like he has damage, but could well have. In other news, Billy has opened a nice gap to Hooters. It looks like Billy has some great pace here. And for now it looks like he is controlling this race. Pyro putting pressure on Hooters now. He got into the DRS. We have Razi 4.5 seconds back. A bit of in a world of his own, because Stewart and the pack is following him on 3 seconds. So let's see Rishi then outside of the DRS with his own little train. And then we have... oh, Jonas is off. He spun too early on the throttle probably. Lost it. Drops down to P12. So unfortunate moment there for Jonas. He was having a pretty decent race. But it was all for nothing now, because he is down in P12 and has to do it all over again. Let's jump back to Pyro, because he is pretty close. He has more battery and the DRS is open, so let's see if he can make a move. He doesn't particularly goes into the slipstream, so maybe he's alright with the position for now. Doesn't go for a ascent into turn 1. Stays behind. Gets a good exit here. Will he try to make the move here? Hooters defends the inside. Pyro doesn't even use his ERS and still gains, and Hooters lets him go. So Hooters is alright with this swap of positions. He is okay with staying in P3 and is maybe recouping some of that battery. And maybe Pyro has the pace to catch Billy. So let's see. Oh! It's Stewart! I thought I saw something, and it's Stewart spinning out on the curb. We have seen it before in qualifying, and we've seen it now in the race as well. Curb is pretty deadly. And it got his first victim today. And now he is on that curb, and oh, Stewart is having an awful time with the curbs today. They do not like him at all. Down to P11 now, as Hammers gets overtaken by Acid Masters. They are both on the same strategy, so this is a battle Hammers probably would fight. He got more speed in the right hander, but no place to make a move. And will he now try something? He is very close. Acid will have the DRS as well. I'm not sure if he can make the move, but turns on the ERS a little bit. As Acid Masters doesn't use his ERS, so they are just chilling at the moment. Hooters very close. 5/10 between Pyro and him, but looks like Hooters is content with staying in the DRS for now. Rijat very close to Sharif and overtakes him on the straight. Srijat from the back of the grid now into P13. Riyad on the hards. We know he's going long because that is what Riyad does, but let's see how it works out for him today. And see, would be interesting to see what the guys will do for strategy, because the top 6, of course the top 4 is on the same strategy, but Bob Sada is on a different one, and Acid and Hammers are also on a different strategy, so already 3 strategies in the top 7. But for now Billy is controlling the race, and Hooters of course has that 5 seconds that he has to serve in the pits. I don't know if it was deserved or not. We have Sharif, I think, spinning again. He has no front wing left, so it goes from bad to worse for Sharif today. He will be on his way to the pit lane. Hooters now very close. Another yellow, and it's a Ferrari. It is Riyad. Oh, Riyad lost it. Too early on the throttle maybe. Spun out, and all the work he had done was also for nothing, because he has to start over again on those hards, so unfortunate. Back of the pack he goes. Hooters and Pyro still trying to chase down Billy, but the gap isn't really coming down, so Billy is having great pace. Sharif in the box for that new front wing. I think he will go to hards and then just see how it goes really. He does, so Acid very close now to Bob. Bob's softs are, I think they are pretty much done at this point. You can stretch them a bit more, but they will not feel great. And Acid is all over him. Acid has a full battery, by the way, so Acid is looking very strong. Let's have a look at the battery situation. He has 92%. That is very good. Much more than his rivals at this point. He sees Bob Sada slide is flashing, so he knows he has the advantage here. Let's look at the battery situation for the leader. Billy is cruising with 60, so he has the most of everyone in the top 5. And then we have Bob Sada peeling off into the pit, so he is getting rid of those softs, and he will go for a set of hards, I think. So let's see how it pays off for him. As Rishi in the background now goes for a move on Hammers, sticks his nose in, gets the room, but can't make anything of it. So a lot of position changes here. The back, I think someone spun. I think Price spun on the exit, because he has DRS, but there is no one in front of him, so he must have had lost a lot of time. Now let's see Rishi then. This is a little fun battle here for P5. See if Rishi can make anything of it. He's getting very close. Ooh, Hammers gets out of shape, and will Rishi capitalize on it? He is using the battery. Tries to go around the outside. Will Hammers try and fight it? He will. And Hammers keeps the position. Great defending there for Hammers. Keeps P7, but crucially is out of the DRS range of Acid, and now picks up a 3 seconds as well, so it goes not great there for Hammers in a couple of corners, because Acid with much more battery, you will not catch him again. So Acid probably looking very good from here on, at least for P5 and maybe more. But Rishi now, is he gonna go for the move? We have a yellow in sector 2. I don't know who it is, but I think he is going again. Rishi has a little look, gets really close, and Hammers gets a better exit, so no move here for Rishi. Junas then maybe a move on Neuro Pirate. Defends the inside. Srijat cruises past his teammate. Back up to P13. Hooters still hanging on to the DRS. Ooh, we have another yellow in sector 2. It's a Ferrari. And it's Bryce Phantom again. Spun out. Who is she now? That's a nice run, and I think this will be the move for P6. Hammers is looking for a better exit maybe. He will have the DRS. Ooh, Rishi has a moment, and that will cost him. Ooh, but not enough room for Hammers to work with there, so he loses out. He will brake later though, so can he go around the outside? No, he cannot. Rishi's still offline. Can he force him into a mistake? Doesn't look like it. Rishi has that position locked up, so good job from Rishi there. Takes P6. Let's look back here. As the gap to Billy came down a little bit, but not by much. Billy is in control here. Pyro still pulling along Hooters now, who's just chilling in the DRS. Razi bleeding time to those guys, of course, because of the DRS, so 5 seconds now. He's literally in a world of his own. Junas overtakes Gatsby for P8. Also Neuro Pirate now is very close. So the race has neutralized a bit. It's just waiting for the pit stop now. And a bit of action to see. Yes, yeah, great racing indeed from Hammers and Rishi. It looks like the battle is over now because Rishi dropped Hammers out of the DRS range. So hopefully they see each other later in the race because they had a nice battle there. But for now, the battle is over. Let's see if these guys can get close to each other. Neuropirate 4/10 behind Gatsby. Hooters also getting very close. Oh, Pyro made a mistake. Surely made a mistake. Oh, and I think Hooters hit him because he's letting him through. So great sportsmanship there from Hooters. Lets him back through. I didn't know what happened, but probably Hooters tapped him into the corner. So great to see he gives the position back. Let's see, does help Razi a bit because he is now 4 seconds behind. So we would like to see more of it, and Billy is absolutely loving it because he is now almost 5 seconds clear. So he is cruising at the moment. No real battles on the grid at the moment. A lot of second gaps all around. Let's look at KD Dog, who is pretty close to Sharif in a battle for P16. Junas decides to pit, so he is dropping the mediums now, and will surely go to a set of hards. KD Dog makes a little mistake there. Very difficult corner, of course, to get right. And now we have some moves, and I am not paying attention. Rishi spun, and now just pushes himself into the wall, so that will be a pit stop from him. Oh, and we have a safety car. Ooh, that is very interesting. Rishi's crash, I think, caused the safety car. The guys that pitted will be fuming. Bobsada goes again for mediums because he has mediums left. So Bobsada is looking pretty okay now. But the leaders are all pitting, I assume, for the hard tires. and then get hammers and acid. I think we'll go for the mediums. So let's see. Safety car will bunch up everyone again. As Irma must be loving this as well, because he gets a lifeline back into the race. A race that is not going his way at all. So let's see, he's going to hearts. Yes. And I assume all of them will go to hearts. Of course the pit, you can fuck up the pit stops now, so interesting to see if anyone does. Hoeders is very slow on the pit stop, but he has the 5 seconds of course, so Razi is paying the price for that. Unfortunate for Razi. Will he get jumped by acid though? Is the question. He will. So Razi losing out on a position there because of the double stack and the 5 seconds. But for the rest, everybody's going in. A new front wing for Rishi. Neuropirate going to softs, so he's going very aggressive. Not sure if that is the right call, but he thinks it is. So let's see if he can make it work. So the top 3 stays the same. Acid, thanks to a double stack at the Red Bulls, takes P4 on the medium. So he is all of a sudden in a great position to maybe win this race, because the mediums, well, they will be quicker, of course, at the start, but can he keep the life in them until the end? Hammers as well, also back in this race. Unfortunately for him, he has that 3-second time penalty, so for him it will be hard to win the race, but he can definitely get some positions. Neuropirate, someone to watch on the restart on those softs. And for the rest, Stewart decided not to box because he already did for the hard, so his hard's just a little bit more worn than the rest. And then we have Rejot on the mediums in P14, so doing a good job from the back of the grid. Let's have a look at the positions gained. Only 3 seconds for Stewart and Hammers. Look at that, Acid Master, 6 positions. Gatsby also 6 positions, so the Haas is doing wonders here today in Bahrain. 8 positions for Neuropirate. And he is looking to add some to those with the soft tires. Easy level bot also 5 positions, and T-Dog spun under the safety car. That is very unfortunate for him. He drops down to P16. Rejot now is 6 positions gained. Neuropirate doesn't want the softs in second hand, so he will box again, and then it will hurt a lot because he will drop all the way to the back. Not all the way, but pretty much all the way. He will be kicking himself, unless of course the game bugged and he got put on softs, then I feel sorry, but yeah, P16 for him. Still 1 position gained though, so well, it's just waiting now for the safety car to go in. Are we enjoying this race, guys? Will be interesting to see for sure if the Hearts runners here in the top 3 can hold off Acid Masters on those mediums. And these 3, it's just waiting for these 3 now to catch up. Only 1 DNF so far, so only absolute shocking display from some at the start on the cold tires. As easy level bot now. I don't know what he did, but he is losing positions. He's now P13, P14. So he had to give back that position. Okay. Now it's waiting. I think we are gonna do 1 more lap unless the 3 catch up quick enough, but I don't think they will, so. Oh, and the safety car does go in this lap, so... Oh, so late, but Billy, hopefully you warmed your tires because it's time to go. He already goes. And is anyone very close? Acid Master is the one to look out for, but he doesn't have a run into turn 1. Oh, and there's a Mercedes round his hammers. Tapped around in turn 1. Rejat as well tapped around in turn 3, I think. So awful restart for those guys. But at the front it's close. The top 4, well, they are nose to tail at this point. Razi closing in again. So Acid Master has a look, but Pyro gets spun around by Hooters again. That's the second time these two have contact, and this time Hooters is not giving him back the position. And he shoves him out on the curb, takes the position, P2 for Hooters, but I think the stewards will have a say in that. Rishi lost a couple positions there. And another one now. Acid Masters on those mediums has a lot more grip. Can he find a way around Pyro and Hooters? Billy already a second again. So Irma and K-Dog are close. Irma all over him, opens the ERS and blasts pass. Defends the inside. We have contact again up front because I hear it. Rishi is getting passed around like a ball at the moment. He is bouncing off all the cars. Down to P13, not a great restart from him. Let's head back to the front, who are still very close to each other. Acids did not pass away past Pyro, as T-Dog spun. Back down to P18 for him. As he spun again. So, not a great time to beat T-Dog at the moment. But the top 4 is, well, the top 4, they are still within 1 second, more or less. Billy is showing great pace again. He is dropping Hooters out of the DRS, but Hooters is blasting, so he does not want to lose the DRS yet. Pyro looks like he can't keep up at the moment, as Acid is very close, but there is no DRS yet. The DRS will be activated on this lap. As Hooters sets the fast lap, as Price Phantom and Hammers are both out. Oh, they are parked on the side of the road there. And we have another safety car, so that looked very hectic. Let's see if we can see them. There they are. Did they collide together, or I don't know, but unlucky for them. Hammer's out. And Phantom as well. So another safety car. No Pirate decides to make another stop. And well, let's say 9 laps left, maybe 8. If you have fresh softs, it could be an option at this point. But do they have fresh softs is the question at the top. Billy, of course, the first one. He needs to decide if he wants to take the gamble. If he's the only one that pits, he will be crying. But if he doesn't pit and the rest does, he will be crying too. So a very tough decision for him to make. Let's see what he does. Exciting to see. Maybe the softs are the option at this point because they can last. I see Rishi having trouble again. He's out for another spin. And what will Billy do? He decides to stay out. They all decide to stay out. Interesting. Sharif doesn't though. Sharif goes for the softs. And everyone behind him does as well. Yeah, Rishi does as well. He did cross the pit lane entry there. Unlucky. Unlucky that I saw there, buddy. Um, so, from P12 downwards will be on softs, so those guys will be very quick. But of course, I don't know why these guys are overtaking each other. The Williams having a battle together. He just picks up a 3 seconds under safety car. That's very, very sloppy from him. Will the safety car stay out for one more lap? I would think so, but you never know, of course. Yep. Here he is, in bunches. So we go for one more lap under the safety car, which is in favor of the soft runners because they only have to do 8 laps now. 7 when we really start racing. So interesting to see how this will all work out at the end. Very interesting to see. Yeah. I wonder how high those softs can go because there are a lot of laps left. So, and softs against hards is a world of difference, of course. So, yeah, let's see. Oh no! Hooders! Oh man, I caught that. Right. Oh, that is a shame. And he will be dead last probably at the end of the race. Ooh, he does get those 2 positions back because they overtook him when he was back on track, but oh, now the penalties are flying. Katie Dog gets one. He and his teammate Bin. Yeah, probably overtook Hooters as well, but difficult. We are not going yet. Now we are, and Billy caught him out. So Acid Master's already passed Razi. No, he was already past Razi, my bad. So let's see. Let's have a look at the soft runs as well. Oh, what is happening? Hooders. Oh, Hooders is absolutely lost all composure after that spin and is now tumbling down the order. Getting overtaken left, right, and center, and now he does. Whoa! I don't know what's happening there in the midfield, guys. Guys, keep each other alive, please. Phantom now leaves the session. Irma, look at this battle, guys. Hopefully everyone stays alive. It's looking crazy at the moment. But everyone still alive, it looks like. Hooters on the inside there of Sharif, but he will not have the traction to fight those softs, so tumbling down the order is what Hooters is doing right now. Very unfortunate. Let's jump back to the top though, and just as I do, Irma spins at the back, so Irma's race is one to forget really. Let's see though if Acid can get any type of move done on Pyro. As the laps tick away, Rejot makes the move on Sharif now, as Jonas is very close. Oh, what happened? Razi! Oh guys, it's very chaotic at the moment. I cannot keep up with what is happening. It looked like Razi was off, and then he was back. Gatsby now together with Jonas, a little bit of contact. It's getting a bit sloppy now. You've seen 21 good laps of racing, but the last two were a bit of bumping, but hopefully they can get back to good racing now on the last 6 laps of this race. Billy still in P1, has been leading this race from start to finish after turn 1 then, and Sharif now goes to a move on the outside of T-Dog. Can he pull it off? Side by side here, leaving each other plenty of room. Good racing here from the two. Sharif dives up the inside. T-Dog runs a little bit wide, but now Neuro Pirate's gonna try and make a move. He tries to make a move on both, cuts the corner. Oh guys, this is... Hooters is just a passenger at this battle. Sharif has no battery. He's getting swallowed up on the straight. And what is gonna happen now? Hooters takes back P13 on those hards in the fight with the softs. That must not be fun at all. Let's go back to the front. Top 3 still in the DRS. Razi dropped out. He has Popsada to worry about now. But will we see any changes in the top 3? Can Billy get a well-deserved win? Because he has been controlling this race pretty much all race, so he definitely deserves this race win. But can he pull it off? The DRS is enabled, if I'm correct. Be nice if I can see someone with DRS, but yeah, the DRS is on. So, oh, Razi and Bobsada side by side. Razi on the inside, leaving each other room. Very good racing there from the two. Razi stays ahead, but at what cost? Because now, and Bobsada very smart there. Very smart there from Bobsada. Doesn't want to pass him there. Wants to pass him here. Gets a little moment on the exit though, and now you will not pass him here, so Pyro still has the DRS. Acid as well. Bobsada does get close and will go for a switchback here. And then another one, probably, gets a good run, turns off the DRS, opens up the DRS, and it's an easy move around the outside. Razi has nothing to defend against. To defend with, sorry. And he takes P4. And ooh, Razi keeps it on track. Saves himself there. Loses another position to Jonas though. Pyro, meanwhile, picked up 3 seconds, so he will not be finishing there. A lot happening here in the closing of this race. Very exciting race, you could say. Irma now takes the position from Katie Dark for P15. But can Acid Masters get P2 on track and then maybe on the mediums chase down Billy? It looks like Billy is controlling this race again, but you never know what's happened in the last few laps. Spyro now officially been dropped out of the DRS. Acid closing, but not closing enough for a move into turn 1. Goes late on the brakes. Can he? Will not be close enough here either, but he did close up. Oh, we have yellows. Who is it? I don't know who it is. Oh, it's T-Dog. Razi here side by side with Gatsby. As Razi lets him go. Razi now in P7. It's been a horrible day for the Red Bulls. It looks very promising, but in the end it's not good at all. Acid goes wide. Takes a beautiful line there. So the race looks a bit calmed down now. Rijat though in P8. Remember, he came all the way from the back of the grid and is now in P8 on the softs. If they don't overheat at the end of the race, he could get past Razi and Gatsby, I think. So, and maybe even Jonas, who knows. I think he will get Razi on this straight though, because he has more battery. Razi is flashing, and Rijat turns on the overtake, and Rijat is gonna fly past Razi. So Rijat takes P7. Great race from Rijat. Has to be said. Defends the inside though for turn 1, but will take the line to turn 2 and is up to P7. Got that move done and on to better things now. Hooters takes P12 from Neuro Pirate, but Neuro Pirate now will have the DRS. Hooters has no ERS to defend with. He defends the inside. Neuro Pirate has to go the long way. Tries a switchback, doesn't really find the grip there, and has to stay behind for now. So P12, P13 for Hooters and Neuro Pirate. So let's see Rijat now again, because Rijat looks like the man on a charge. Look at that, much more grip. Gatsby does look like he has a lot more straight line speed, at least a little bit, because he pulled away there. Can Rijat make something happen? Gatsby has officially been dropped out of the DRS, so this means it should be quite an easy move if Rijat is patient and will go for it on the back straight, and it looks like he will. So this should be P6 for Rijat as we go on to lap 28 of 29. So 2 more laps to go. Rijat on the back. As let's jump to the lead, because Billy is out of the ERS. Pyro is all of a sudden very close. Rijat takes P6. The inevitable, of course, that move. But top 3 is now very close. So let's also keep an eye on these guys. And with a side eye, let's look at Rijat, who is trying to chase down P5 now with 2 laps to go. T.J. Stewart makes the move on Razi. They are side by side. Let's have a look. Side by side into the S's. And look at this. Great racing there. Very close to each other, but they keep each other alive. And then, oh, Rishi. Oh, Rishi. Very poor there from the Alfa Romeo. Let's jump back to the lead, because Billy, what looked like a very easy win, is now pretty much under a lot of pressure, because Pyro will get the DRS, and I think with as how close he is, he should be able to get past him. The question is, can Acid pass him as well? Because the real battle, of course, is Billy against Acid, because Pyro has that penalty. So let's see. As we start lap 29, can Pyro make a move? The DRS wide open. He is on 0%, and Billy is as well. Billy slightly defends the inside. That will compromise his line here. Can Pyro get a good exit? He can. He gets a great exit. The DRS is open. And will he go for the move? He goes for the outside. Acid has the best seat in the house. And Pyro cannot make it happen. Stays behind. It looks like this will be the top 3. Rasi now in a fight with Neuro Pirate, but I would like to stay with this battle. Maybe have a little look with what Rejat is gonna do on the back straight here, because he is all over Jonas at the moment. Doesn't look like anything is gonna happen between the top 3. Let's look at Rejat then. Can Rejat maybe get a little bit more out of his tires? We know he can get pace out of tires that shouldn't have pace anymore. We have a yellow, and that is Stewart off and Gatsby off. Contact between Stewart and Gatsby, I think, because they are both off. That moves Hooters up to P9. But let's jump back to the lead, because Billy is taking the season opener here in Tier 2. Pyro finishes second on track, but will be P3 after penalties. Acid Masters with a great hard medium strategy, worked out for him, takes P2. Bob Sada takes P4 as a reserve, great result from him. Jonas takes P5. Rejat, beautiful on P6 after starting at the back. So Rejat again a great result from him. Rishi takes P7. Easy level bot P8. Hooters very disappointing after spinning under the safety car. P9. Caspi P10. Razi in P11, making the Red Bull disastrous day complete. Irma P12. Sharif P13. Neuropire P14. P15 for Tijo Stewart. P16 for KD Dog on his debut. And T-Dog will be the last finisher. Price, Hammers and Farico all DNFing in this race. And here comes T-Dog. So that's it. Exciting race to say the least. Very, very fun to watch. And Billy takes the win. Driver of the day of the game is Rejat, and I can only agree with that. Rejat drove an absolute great race. Maybe he got a bit lucky with the safety cars, but everyone else did as well. So great job from Rejat. Shows the great, for his position, the good strategy to go to the softs, and it paid off. As here comes Billy. Let's not forget Billy. He was the best man here today. Didn't get pole position, but he drove a very, very solid race and takes P1 on openings night here in SRL Tier 2. So let's jump to the final results. So Billy P1, Acid Masters from P10 on the grid takes a P2, great results from him. Pyro takes P3. Bob Sada from P11 takes P4, great result from him. P5 for Jonas. Rejat from P19, so he was not last, but P19 pretty much last. Great result from him. Takes P5, P6. Not Rishi P7. Easy level bot P8. Fooders P9. Caspi rounds out the top 10. Fastest lap goes to T-Dog with a 130.7. So these are the results. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Ciao.